Hey, Christy Mattoon here from Mind Rewire. I just wanted to get on here and do a little whatever this is going to turn into, because of all the things that are going on and all of the denial from whatever angle you stand. Right, you look at things and you have to make a decision. And from a spiritual point of view, right? We like to stay in the idea that you have to stay in love and you have to stay in peace. And that certainly alters your world. And it alters your viewpoint when you do that about the things that are going on. But it doesn't mean to be silent. And it doesn't mean to be still, right? So in that sense of spiritual love or spiritual peace, you still have to seek truth. You have to get up and speak up when it's called for. And I think it's one of the places that I have been the most misguided in my own walk and in my own journey, is the idea of just sitting and staying at peace or at rest through whatever's going on. And I have come to a place, hopefully that's better on the microphone there. I have come to a place where I don't believe it that way anymore. Instead of calling myself spiritual, I now call myself a truth seeker. And in that seeking of truth, you find issue, you find problems, you find all kinds of interesting things. And then it's still the same idea. If I stay in a sense of peace, if I stay in my heart and I stay coherent, I change my own chemistry, right? And I do better through whatever the thing is that's going on. In our world right now, that's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of shit. In the book of Thomas, and this keeps rolling through my mind, I finally just now looked it up to see what it actually says, is that when you seek truth, you will be troubled, right? So depending on the version you're reading, the actual verse is the Gospel of Thomas, verse 2, it says, Yeshua said, "Seek and do not stop seeking until you find." It doesn't say what you're looking for. I'm assuming it means truth, right? So we'll stick with that idea. And when you find, you will be troubled. I am deeply troubled. I am deeply troubled. And when you are troubled, you will marvel. I haven't got to that part yet. I'm still troubled. When you are troubled, you will marvel and you'll rule over all. And in the Greek papyrus, it adds, and having ruled, you will rest. And having ruled, you will rest. So I'm at the troubled stage. I've been seeking, I've been looking for truth. I've been finding a lot of truth. A lot of things are coming out. A lot of, more and more and more. And I'm just going to throw this one up here because, and I'll try and throw the link into the bottom of this video. The Ukraine just unleashed all kinds of information on Biden today, and the stuff that was on his son's laptop, and they're the country. They are putting the information out and say, you guys need to look at this, right? This is real. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's not the Republicans being mean to Democrats. It has nothing to do with the parties. It has to do with somebody doing something horribly evil and unlawful to a whole bunch of other people. That's what it has to do with. It has to do with the fact that the information is out there. And it has to do with the fact that if we are truth seekers, if we are spiritual, we have to seek the truth. And in seeking the truth, you will be troubled. And there is so much truth coming out right now. I did a video not too long ago that this is an apocalypse. It is surely an apocalypse. And it keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. What are you paying attention to? So I am now a truth seeker. I am no longer spiritual. And I want to tell you how this kind of rolls and how you can look at it. For me, it's the idea of at one point I was religious. I was in a religious organization. I was baptized into that religious organization. And in seeking truth, I got chastised. And in seeking truth, I got troubled, and I kept seeking until I came to this idea of spirituality. And in spirituality, you come across New Age ideas. And the New Age ideas don't quite pan out, right? The idea that your mind can make up anything it wants to and create the world around you, while that is to some degree true, you can't just ignore everything else that's going on in this plane of existence and expect that it's just going to go away. You will fall under captivity, right? If you do that. It's the same idea as the Israelites back in the old Bible, falling under captivity. And I know some of you don't want to hear this. It's a very unpopular concept. But the idea that you can sit there and do nothing and just imagine your world in this perfect, peaceful state is insanity. And that's what I've come to. This is why I'm very troubled, because it's ludicrous. And instead of doing that, I keep seeking truth. I keep reading more. I keep looking at more. I'm trying to gain knowledge. And then you activate that knowledge into understanding by taking it and doing something with it. In this world right now, pretty much all you can do is share it. So I'm sharing the knowledge I'm getting. And in that knowledge, you come to a state of wisdom. And I'm hoping after wisdom is perfected, I get some rest. That's what I'm hoping for. I won't even lie about it. As this keeps moving, right, I started in my religious state and then I moved into my spiritual state and all of this stuff with spirituality that gets piled in there. And now I've moved into this state of just seeking the truth. You can equate this to the same idea as changing jobs. I started out in my younger years working in a retail store, and then I gained some knowledge. I got some experience, and I went to a school to do that, and I became a pastry chef. And then hit 300 pounds and almost ended up dying. Came to a place where that wasn't the right thing to do, and I got more knowledge, got more understanding about how to alter my physical body, and I became a personal trainer, a very, very good one. And then I took that wisdom and I moved it into spirituality, and I said, well, if this works this way and we can mold and model ourselves like this, how does this happen? How does this work? And I changed again into more of a spiritual kind of guided person. And from now in this world that we sit in, more of a truth seeker. I just want the truth. I am tired of the BS. I'm tired of people looking at it going, oh, I just don't believe that. Well, what part don't you believe? Because now, and I'm going to talk specifically about the stuff with Biden, specifically with him. The Ukraine is pointing their finger saying, here's what he did to us. Don't let this happen to you, meaning the United States. Are you saying the country of Ukraine is lying? Are you saying you don't believe what they're telling you, but you didn't look at all of their evidence and all their papers? Because they have all of the bank accounts. They have all the information. They have all the... And you just have to sit there and go, okay, what do I do with that information, right? Because in that state of troubled, you will come to more wisdom, right? And according to the book of Thomas, when you're troubled, you will start to marvel. I actually think this equates to the idea that you have to go through strife to get to peace, right? You have to get to a place where you're shook up enough, where you sit down hard enough that when you stand back up, you actually do see the glory of God. You actually do see that white light that we all talk about. You actually do see this place of peace where all of a sudden it's just at a different level and you get some rest. I don't think the rest is coming soon. I think we got years working into this rest. But the thing is, don't give up, right? Get into your heart space, dig deeper, go further, right? If you're a meditator, do the meditations that are working the best for you and do them inside your heart space. Don't do them inside your brain. Do them in your heart space. When you keep moving through this kind of information and you keep looking at all that's going on around us, we have to unite as a community of truth seekers. We have to uphold each other and respect each other's opinions and thoughts. We do. And a lot of us don't. We bash each other, or they're calling them trolls in Instagram right now. You know, people are trolling other people's accounts and just making noise. Senseless noise. Don't do that. Don't make senseless noise. Contribute with your knowledge and your understanding so that we can turn it into wisdom. I beseech you, I beg you, please. I hope this made some kind of sense. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm going to get off. I bless you. I bless myself. I love myself. I love you. I witness myself as light. I witness you as light.